Oh, spooky. I'm ready to shoot them all. Oh, you knew I was going to dress up today. I'm going back to some of the favorites from over my television career. And this was one of them when I dressed up as Princess Leia with the gun and all. Throughout the show in television, we would change clothes multiple times. When I was at Fox, I probably only had one outfit. I remember coming on one time. You all remember this? I came on as Bugs Bunny to you all. I may have been one of those cows that has like the squirting udders. I used to wear that when I was in college. I can't believe I still have that. I love dressing up for Halloween. So my question throughout the show will be, will you as adults dress up? And tell me what the kiddos are going to be, your kids, your grandkids, if you've had a chance to talk with them. So happy Halloween to each and every one of you. Will those kiddos have a wonderful evening for Halloween? We're going to check on that with our What the Weather segment here in just a second. I've got some news you can use. We've never on this show had a chance to talk about paranormal activity. Is it a real thing? We'll talk about that. And our Foodie Friday, cannot wait to sit down with Nancy McConnell from Fleurs. We're going to be in the Slyman Brothers kitchen and we're going to make some wild mushroom ragu. If you saw the reel, she taught me how to make ricotta and we don't have to buy it at the store anymore. It's pretty cool. So yes, as you're tuning in, you're like, who took Monica? It's me. It's the real Monica Adams underneath all of this and ready to shoot all the ghosts and the goblins. So how's the weather going to be for Halloween? Let's find out.
Good evening from St. Louis, Missouri, and it is a beautiful one.
I cannot wait to introduce Beckett to Mike Vernacci. Mike was over here yesterday. We're taking a look at some things that we want him to do at our home, and I want you to do the same because he is one of our many sponsors. Mike, thank you so much for everything you do. I actually ran through and asked Mike yesterday, so is there anything that I'm not saying that you do? And he's like, pretty much, Monica, we got the big toys, right? And we can remove anything from properties that you don't want to do. We had him take a look at maybe clearing out some of the trees and having this beautiful view, as well as taking a look at our driveway. And whenever we would go to sell the house, make sure it has some good value to it because, again, he can seal, he can replace the entire thing, but we're going to have him just seal it. So, and again, thank you. Please remember to support those that support us. GradeWorksMO.com. That's GradeWRXMO.com. Beckett, by the way, he said he cannot wait to meet you.
Yes, I can't wait too.
So again, we're going to make that a thing. Your mom, your dad, we all need to get together with him. I told him I would definitely make that happen. For all of you that are new to the show, maybe you don't know my dear friend. This is our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore. He handles the weather for you. First of all, happy Halloween to you.
Yes, happy Halloween. Great costume.
Thank you. I may change before the show is over. I would almost guarantee it. I was asking Beckett, I'm like, did you dress up? Can you guys dress up when you go to school or no?
I don't know. I think maybe some people are, but I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm too cool for school. You're officially done trick-or-treating, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's because he's a big 16-year-old now. If you don't know, he had his 16th birthday over the weekend. Well, Beckett, all the parents, grandparents, etc., are going to be taking those kiddos out. Are you expecting a good Halloween?
Yeah, we are expecting a nice day today. Right now, temperatures around 40 degrees out there, fair skies, dew point around 37, sunset tonight at 6:02. So take that in mind when you're thinking about taking the kids out to go trick-or-treating. Bus stop forecast, again, 40 degrees this morning, warming up to 61 degrees and sunny skies this afternoon. And our low tonight around 39, but that will be much later in tonight. So around trick-or-treating time, we're talking about temperatures in the mid to low 50s and those fair sunny skies. Tomorrow for your Saturday, we are cooling down to 53 degrees, mostly cloudy skies with a low around 36, 55 for your Sunday, and we continue to see that sunshine well into next week, 71 by Wednesday, 64 by Thursday.
That is crazy. I was just talking to my friend that owns Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and he's like, yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks. Tell Beckett, thank you for having a nicer forecast, and hopefully we can make up some of the money that they lost in October, because October was crazy. Now we're getting into November, and we have weather that looks like spring.
I know, it's 70 degrees. It's crazy.
It absolutely is. Well, my friend, do me a favor. Text me later and tell me if you saw any fun costumes when you went to school or anything crazy and spooky out there for Halloween, okay?
Will do.
All right. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Folks, follow him on X or on YouTube, again, at More Weather Official. He is fantastic. And we are almost coming into 2026, which means he has almost been with us for 2 years. He is so devoted to that. All right, everybody, good morning to you. One fell swoop. Let's go. Julie Purcell, Julie Fabian, Christy Mueller. Good morning. Awesome costume. Love it. Julie says, I love it. Good morning. It's already been a scary morning. I woke up to a full sink of dirty dishes. What's up with that? Pete, good morning. Happy Friday. And of course, happy Halloween. Babs, good morning to you. Jenny, good morning. Happy Halloween to everyone. Hope you all have a spectacular, spooktacular day, right? And of course, we have Gabriel at home moderating for us. Gabriel, are you dressed up while you're moderating? Probably not, because nobody can see him. Gabe, do me a favor. Take a picture and shoot it out to social media and let everybody know. You can take this shot right here. And I'm just going to form for you and pose. There we go. Take that and then send it out to social media. Tell everybody to tune in and see the costume changes. So maybe you all remember when I was at Channel 5, I changed 4 times. That was quite an undertaking and so much fun. In fact, we surprised Allie and Rennie. They had no clue. Me and Anthony all of a sudden just popped up on the screen. And I think the first costume I had on was, in fact, this one. Then I was a Catwoman. I think the very last year, I have to thank Sherry Anderson, who owns Sheer Studios in Chesterfield. She came in the early morning hours and did our makeup for the entire crew. That was probably one of my favorites. If I can dig up that picture, I'll do so for you. I was Cruella DeVille, and the makeup was amazing. So anyway, I love Halloween, dressing up. So if I had kids, I would absolutely be taking them out. I'm going to give you news you can use in just a second. Before we do that, let's talk about paranormal activity. Is it a real thing? A lot of people say that's not real. Well, let's find out with my guest. Good morning, Paul Anthony. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Happy Halloween. Doing great. Thank you for having me today.
Happy Halloween to you as well. Okay, so you have a podcast, and I'm going to have Gabriel drop in links, his YouTube channel, website, and where you can find the podcast as well. When did you get into wanting to talk about and your experiences with paranormal activity?
I've kind of been interested in it my whole life, just kind of tooling around with it, just believing in it, and I really didn't get into it until maybe 2023. I was recovering from knee replacement surgery, and didn't really have anything to do, and all kinds of things go through my head. And I was talking with some author from Milwaukee, and I told him that he has a Mothman book that I was reading, and I told him I'm kind of thinking of starting a podcast. I've been doing podcasting for a while, and I'm thinking about starting a paranormal podcast. And he said, why don't you just do it and stop thinking about it? So,
exactly.
A few months later, I got it all going, and I haven't looked back, and it's been an absolute blast. I was kind of on the fence before, whether this stuff was real. But things have happened, and I could say it's real. It's real.
Okay, so again, whether you're a believer or not, we're going to talk about some of the things that Paul talks about on his podcast. And again, look in the comment section so that you can just click on it and you can subscribe to YouTube and follow him on there as well. So we're going to run through some of your experiences, Paul. What do you think has been the craziest?
Well, one time I actually had 2 really kind of freaky ones. One time we were out in Ray County Museum, which is out near Kansas City in Richmond, Missouri. Fantastic place. If you ever get a chance to go out there, do it. Fantastic museum, all kinds of Civil War history and all kinds of other stuff. Missouri history out that way. We were in a room called the Civil War room, and there was 3 of us in this room, nowhere near each other, maybe like 6 feet apart on either side. And there's supposedly a spirit of a guy who likes opening and closing cabinets in that room. And we had a spirit box going, which is something that allows spirits to come in and communicate with us. They can manipulate it and words can come out. And I had the cabinet door open, and I kept saying, can you close this door? Can you close this door? And we kept getting a voice coming through that says, no. I'm like, no, you need to get out, something like that. And I'm like, I really want you to close this door. I had a camera on it and everything, had 2 cameras on it. And I'm like, I really want you to close this door, then we'll leave. All of a sudden, I was standing in front of a display case. All of a sudden, the guy on my right said he sees like a white mist coming underneath the cabinet. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then I asked again if they could close the door. And all of a sudden, I felt something on my right leg, which I had never been scratched or touched or anything like that before in an investigation.
Uh-huh.
And I look down and I see 5 marks. You can't really, that's the best picture I had. You can see a couple marks on there.
Yeah.
I look down and I'm like, I see 5 claw marks going up my leg.
You just give me chills.
And, I had shorts. Well, obviously I had shorts on. I had a camera behind me shooting this way, and my right leg was in that shot. I did not reach down there and scratch
yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe we'll just go ahead and get out of the room for a little bit. So let you have your space in there. So
okay,
that
that's
was pretty
one.
cool.
That's
And
one. He's probably had many. And now those of you that are tuning in and you're like, wait, what? No, I'm going to say that it was something else, or maybe a cat went by. Everybody will want to say no. They will also probably say, Paul, should we be investigating and welcoming and going deep into that, or should we not try to get the spirits to be able to cross over? I've heard that question from many people that say this is a dangerous thing to even talk about, Monica.
it is a dangerous thing if you don't know what you're doing. It's a lot of things, a lot of dark entities, not necessarily demonic, will come across as a child or mimic something else to try and trick you into accepting them and communicating with them. You just have to be careful with things. Places like Ray County and some other places that I've investigated in, I've been there quite often. I know there's nothing demonic there. I know there's nothing evil there. Yes, I've had things attached to me and come back home with me. My wife is not happy with that.
Hey,
but
get rid of that spirit.
Yeah, every time I go someplace, she said, "Make sure you come home alone." I'm like, okay. But it hasn't been anything evil that has come home with me, and that's fine.
So can I ask this, because people that are watching may say, how do you know that something came home with you? Oh, listen to the laugh.
Things happen. For the longest time, I've heard knocks and stuff in the house and things settle, and I just kind of push that off as the furnace, air conditioner, house settling, whatever. But then I get into this and I'm thinking, okay, I hear strange knocks. Is that really the furnace, the air ducts doing whatever, settling? I don't know. But then I was down in Brumley, Missouri, which is down near Lake of the Ozarks, at a place called the Haunted Castle House.
Okay.
Yeah, Haunted Castle House. And we didn't have a whole lot of activity, but one thing that we did have come through was, and what was cool about that place is the owners stayed with us, and they did all kinds of research on this place. They bought it like 2 years ago or something like that. They did all kinds of research on this place and had books and stuff of names and history of the place. And we had a name called, they just gave us initials, EB, that came through, EB. And so we're looking through the things, and the name Elijah Brown is in there. Lived in that house. Didn't die in that house, but lived in that house. So of course we ask, is this Elijah Brown? If you could, turn a light on. We have something what's called a cat ball. It's very fun toy for cats to play with, but it's also a good thing. Just kind of set it on the floor, set it on something, and this is something that ghosts or spirits can easily manipulate and get it to light up. And I'm telling you, it's a really weird feeling the first time that you use one of these things, and it's just sitting there, no one's touching it, and all of a sudden it lights up. So we look, and there's a Elijah Brown. So we didn't really have a whole lot of activity that night, just kind of a few. And I have a EMF detector, which detects electromagnetic fields. We had that going on. Not a whole lot of stuff happening in the house. I get home, and I had 3 things happen to me. You know those rubber stoppers that you put in your sink to keep the water in from going
Sure.
down the drain?
Mhm.
I had my family over, my cousins and aunts and uncles over there to draw names for Secret Santa for Christmas. And it was on my dad's side of the family, and he is since passed. And we were all kind of congregating in the kitchen, and I was sitting there, and we have one of those rubber stoppers. It's sitting on the granite countertop. And all of a sudden, I'm standing by the kitchen, my cousin's sitting on the counter. All of a sudden, it flips over into the sink. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And my cat ball is going off right now, actually.
Oh,
I swear I did not touch it. So the thing flipped over into the sink, and my K2 meter's going nuts too.
oh no. Live.
Live, there we go. I've had people say that there's spirits coming in as I'm doing the show, coming in here, and my parents have been here, and grandparents have been here with me.
Do you have
Anyway.
pets?
Do I have what?
Do you have pets?
Yes.
Do they all of a sudden just stop and kind of look around?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing, folks. But once again, if you're just tuning in, we're starting off the show. We also have a Foodie Friday show. I am going to get you caught up on some news, but I wanted to get Paul on before we did all that. Paul is a host and an investigator at Paranormal Among Us. So they always used to say to pay attention to animals, and all of a sudden, if they're looking up, I mean, think about the movie Poltergeist and the dog going nuts, right? Anything like that. They say children and pets can see spirits. You agree with that?
Oh, I do. 100%. My son, when he was 2, real young, my father-in-law passed away less than a month before our wedding, and he was a smoker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He, my son was in a room, and my wife and him were talking about her dad for some reason. And my son, his name's Thomas, he said, "Oh, you mean that guy sitting over in the corner with the puffy thing?" He was a smoker. So, you know, little kids, they're so pure and stuff. I think that helps them see this stuff
because they're open to. I mean, I have a similar story, Paul. When my dad was sick, and we were also, upset. It was a couple of days, I think, before he passed, and somebody was in the room talking, and they're like, "I'm so, so worried and so upset that, Miles is going to pass most likely," and he was only 59 years old. And then this little cousin of mine said, "It's okay," and I won't say my other cousin's name. "It's okay. She's there to welcome him." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And she said that she would take care of him. And it's my cousin who had passed like months before that. And we all looked like, why would she say that? Right. So there's so many stories like that, folks. Again, whether you believe or don't believe, and I'll look at the comments coming in here in just a second. I've got a picture before we have to wrap up. So tell me about this dental floss.
Okay, so I was taking a shower one time, and we have glass doors in the shower, and that's my wife's sink right there. And I had my phone on the edge where the Paranormal Among Us logo is, and I got a text or something. Something lit up my phone, so I kind of leaned out to see who it was. And out of the corner of my eye, so that dental floss thing that was on the black hair tie, my wife's hair tie at the time.
Okay.
I look over, and all of a sudden I see it flip up and land in the sink. So I'm like, that's really weird. So a week or so later, I had a medium on. Her name's Julie Maria, and wonderful person. I have her on every now and then to do readings for everybody, and she is spot on. There's no way she would know some of this stuff, and she is spot on. I always look over here to make sure things are going okay.
Exactly. Are they still going off?
The K2 is going off.
People are commenting, by the way, Paul, and saying, "I believe my skin just crawled." They want to know: are you from St. Louis?
Yes.
Have you been to is it Rubel Hotel in Grafton?
I have not. That is on my bucket list.
Paul, what about objects and faces showing up in photos that people take that shouldn't be there?
100%. I drive by Bevo Mill quite a bit, and I take pictures every time I drive by. I'm stopped at that light there, and I'm always taking pictures of the windows there just to try and get a face coming out. I've seen people with pictures that they've taken, and there's a kid sitting in there.
I take videos. People, of course, I don't know. I believe, and this is the other thing that I want you all to understand. I'm very faith-based. You all know that. I will end the show with a devotional. So people who are really faith-based, and I have a dear friend of mine, and she's like, no, I don't ever want to be around anybody that talks about they're a medium or they read tarot cards. She's like, I just think it's dangerous. And she said, if you go from a biblical standpoint, that you are opening, you're opening this world for them to come into. Respond to that, Paul.
That is true. If like I said before, if people don't know what they're doing, and these tarot card readers and mediums, they know what they're doing. They could close these things easily and keep things from coming through again. I mean, that's really, I don't know how to do that. I don't pretend to know how to do that. I hang out with people when I investigate. I go with people who are much more experienced than I am, and they can handle that kind of stuff. But that I don't deal with Ouija boards.
Right.
I think those are crazy. I just don't touch them. And if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't do it.
That's the key. If you don't know what you're doing, don't dabble into it. Linda said, Paul, have you ever heard of the Original Springs Hotel in Oakville, Illinois? Linda, by the way, I've been there. This place is supposedly haunted with spirits. This place has mineral spring baths. Yep. It's very old. Not sure if they are in business right now, as it is recently sold. I grew up near them, and the place has many stories. Cool old place.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I want to get out there.
So I didn't know it was haunted. I just went there with my aunts years ago to the mineral springs aspect of it.
There's one place out in Illinois called Ashmore Estates, which is an old what do they call it? An old poor farm, and that's where people would go to work and they would get fed and stuff. Many years ago. That was actually my first investigation, and I was down in a boiler room where there was supposedly a spirit of an old man who didn't like women down there. And I was down there. There was a woman with me, but I told her, just stay back. It was both our first times going there, and I went down there. We heard knocks. I actually had a rock thrown down there at me. I heard a little pebble throw. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So, I'm asking, and we have this dead bell thing, which is one of those things where you, like at a doctor's office, you ring the bell for service, kind of something like that. And it has a sensor on it, and spirits can touch that and it goes off, which is kind of cool. I had that going off, and I was asking, can anybody hear me? Is anybody down here? I didn't hear anything then. When you do this stuff, it's so very important when you take video or take pictures to take your time going through this stuff. I'm reviewing this footage, and I can hear myself say, okay, we're going out or something. As I'm walking up the steps, I hear this voice, we're watching. Really creeped me out. There you go. So we didn't hear that when we were filming it. I contacted the gal, and she said, no, I didn't hear anything. And it's clear as day on the video. So that was pretty cool.
Well, and these are the kind of things that Paul talks about. Again, look in the comment section. Gabriel's dropping in all the links that you need. Linda says, oh, yes, Monica, I believe the first owners had a family member die there. Okay. Oakville is awesome. Julie says, we've been to the Ruble. We need to get you there. I would go. We had an experience there. Let's see. We have a new kitten, Yellow, just like our yellow Tater cat that passed away this summer. Charlie does things exactly like that. We feel it's Tater doing this and then telling him. I do. I believe that they have an open line of communication. I really do. Rose Paul. So we should believe in psychics. I used to work for a psychic. She'd ask me what day was I off at my other job. The following week, I would say, you tell me. you know all these things already.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on who they are. I've gotten to know some of them, and I trust a few of them.
Right.
It's kind of weird, people trying to believe that and stuff, but it depends on who it is. I have a few that I completely trust, and they're spot on. So
I believe people do have a gift. I believe people have that third eye. There's a lot of things. All right, everybody. So here's the thing. You can Gabriel just dropped it in. You can go to paranormalamongus.com. That is his website. He is on YouTube. So your podcast, is it on all the audio platforms and YouTube?
We have a tech guy that sends it out. I know we're on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts. I'm not sure what other streaming services we're on, but me personally, I focus mainly on YouTube side of things.
Okay, so I was looking through some of the episodes. You guys were talking about Bigfoot, and I'm like, oh, I got to get deeper into this. So, folks, I want you to follow him, and
Thank you.
we made this happen quick because Paul had just reached out to me, and I'm like, let's try to make this happen on Halloween. After all, it makes sense. We could have had him on another day, but why not
Mhm.
on the spookiest day of the year? This weekend, by the way, the Dios de los Muertos. Look this weekend on my social media because I had a chance to interview some people in Mexico that have a huge, huge, huge Day of the Dead celebration. So if you're going to Cabo, I'll let you know where you need to go. Paul, stay in touch with me because I'm sure
Will
there's
do.
so much more that we can talk about and maybe even go and visit together.
I have a ton more stories to tell you. So yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Well, thank you for reaching out. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween to you.
All of you don't go anywhere. I'm going to do your news you can use now, and then our Foodie Friday as we make a little wild mushroom ragu. That's coming up for you next.
Wow, I just got off live with the real Monica Adams. What a wonderful experience. I don't watch news because of all the negativity that it brings and the way it drives me emotionally to a place I don't really like to feel. So to be a part of a show that has a sole purpose of bringing positivity to the community, and then with the desire to just build people up, it has been one of the greatest joys, one of the greatest experiences that I've had a chance to be a part of when it comes to being a guest. This studio, it is fantastic. As I watched my show before I came in, I saw the lighting and I was impressed by the way this room is lit, but it is so warm and comforting to be in here. Whether you're a guest or a viewer, this show is a must watch, a must be a part of, and just continue doing great things out there, Monica. You are changing lives every day.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
And that's how you find us on YouTube, one of the many platforms. Once again, thank you to Paul. I'm so glad he reached out. It was perfect. If you're just tuning in and you're like, what the heck? Yes, I am Princess Leia. And the real Monica Adams. All right, so we have Foodie Friday still coming up for you. I want to know, are you dressing up for Halloween? I'm going to give you a rundown of some top things to do as an adult for Halloween. And then all of you, are you going to go out trick-or-treating with your kids, your grandkids? Where's the best areas? I used to love in O'Fallon, Missouri, where my brother used to live. They had the coolest neighborhood and everybody's house so decked out. I mean, they went all out. They had all these different haunted houses in the garage, etc. I have always wanted to live in a subdivision like that. And if I can't live there, then I want to come visit. So start telling me the best places to go. Paul said, thank you for having me on. After I signed off, my K2 meter stopped. Have a great day, everyone. Okay. See, I'm telling you right now, you all know that I think regularly that my dad and other spirits are talking to me, but it's a really beautiful, calming aspect. And so those that don't believe, that's fine. Again, you do you. Stephanie said, I believe in this. My house I grew up in was built in the 1800s and our attic was haunted. I got pushed down our steps once. See? Our own Monica's Maniacs are sharing stories for you. So yeah, we can definitely bring Paul back on. So happy Halloween to all of you. Let me get you updated on some news you can use. And then we're going to get into our Foodie Friday in the second half hour of the show. We've been talking for the last several days about Hurricane Melissa, and it's just devastation. Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba, all picking up the pieces after the destruction, the rumble of large machinery, chainsaws, machetes chopping, echoing through the communities across the Northern Caribbean yesterday. They're digging out from the destruction of Hurricane Melissa and surveying the damage all left behind. Roofless homes, waterlogged belongings strewn all around. I was looking at the flooding, emergency relief flights that are landing in Jamaica, crews distributing water, water and medicine and other basic supplies. It's a slow recovery, though, in Cuba as well. Death and flooding in the Haiti area. And again, people still trying to pick up pieces. A lot in our immediate area. And if you are new to the show, maybe you don't know where I broadcast from, even though we reach in cities and states all over. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. And if you remember back in May, we had the devastating tornado, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it in a while and how people are still trying to recover. Well, we've got some proposed bills from our current mayor, Kara Spencer, that would give over $13 million for tornado resident housing and winter shelter needs. Mayor Spencer and members of the St. Louis Board of Aldermen have proposed 3 bills to appropriate millions to support the tornado resident housing and citywide winter shelter needs. Getting the most vulnerable neighbors safe is obviously the top priority for her office. $1 million, by the way, will come from RAM's interest money to go towards the Impacted Tenants Fund, which helps displaced residents relocate. I would like to know, for all of you that have family or friends that might be displaced or still in a really rough time, can you let us know? Because as our team looks for things to do at the end of this year, volunteering around the holidays as well, as we move forward into 2026, let us know. And I'd like to get my team together with all of you and see where we can help, because I don't want people to just all of a sudden walk away and think that everything's fine. Here we are, 5 months since that all happened. And this is when people just all of a sudden go back to their lives. Let's not do that. Let's step up. That's what this show is about, right? Let's get out of our own way and find out who needs our help. We've been talking about layoffs. I mentioned Amazon the other day. I mentioned UPS. The layoffs are piling up, and there are many that have cut jobs recently. We're talking about General Motors moving to lay off about 1,700 workers across manufacturing sites in Michigan and Ohio. Paramount in long-awaited cuts just months after completing its $8 billion merger with Skydance. They're going to lay off about 2,000 employees. That's about 10% of their workforce. Amazon said on Tuesday they're cutting about 14,000 corporate jobs. UPS disclosed about 48,000 job cuts this year. Last week, Target said that they would eliminate about 1,800 corporate positions. 16,000 jobs cut globally with Nestle. Lufthansa, they're cutting 4,000 jobs by 2030. Novo Nordisk, ConocoPhillips, Intel, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, and the list just continuing and continuing. But then we're hearing that others are stepping up. And even with UPS, I saw that they were adding in some jobs. So some people are like, no, I'm confused. We're bringing more in. We need more workforce. We need to make sure these people are employed. And I love when we think, okay, these people are losing their jobs, but here's a new place opening up, and we've got more opportunities for adding jobs. And we see a lot of that, fortunately here in St. Louis. I mentioned I want us to step up and help in any way we can. So there are food pantries and donation drives that are taking place in St. Louis. Operation Food Search holding a food drive. They did so actually Wednesday at City Foundry, and donations were being dropped off there. But they still need items, and they have more and more pantries, and I'll let you know where those pantries are. Pop Top cans are especially appreciated. Light tuna, salmon. So if you want to contact them and say, hey, I missed the drive, but you want to help out Operation Food Search, canned chicken or meat, soup and chili and stews with meat and beans, kind of like a meal in a can, right? Canned fruit, diced tomatoes or tomato paste, canned spaghetti sauces, and they do say low sodium preferred, as well as the canned beans, same thing. Instant brown rice, whole wheat pasta, boxed meal kits, canned vegetables, dried spices, think maybe chili powder, garlic powder, cumin, oregano, basil. They're trying to make these things easy. Deodorant, toothbrush, and toothpaste. Again, Operation Food Search. But the St. Louis Area Food Bank, they're holding multiple distribution events. One of those will be tomorrow, Food on the Move. It'll be 11 to 1 at the Rock Road Metrolink station on St. Charles Rock Road. And then they will also hold a community food drive on the 8th of November from 9 to 2 at the District STL. Again, just get out of our own way and help out. If you are blessed with a wonderful life, I want you to know that we have so many in our community and beyond that could use our help. So the community food drive. Also, you want to help out the young parents parents that have children, St. Louis County is collecting donations for families with young kiddos. The donations can be dropped off at several locations. So I'm going to take this story, drop it in the comments for you, because it's John Murphy Health Center on North Hanley, North Central Community on Jennings, South County Health Center, which is on South Lindbergh. There's an Amazon wish list that they have and a Target wish list. Donations will be accepted through November 17th. So we're talking about baby formula, diaper, and wipes that are needed to support this drive. So again, look in the comment section. I'm going to drop it for you right now to make it easy. And I know a lot of you are very giving all year long, but especially around this time of the year. So look at that and help in any way you can. We're also talking about SNAP benefits, being lost. And tomorrow, many are bracing with the loss of that during the shutdown. People are worried about how they're going to pay their bills and buy the food. With the food snaps being stopped tomorrow because of the government shutdown, people are going to need this type of assistance. So remember, this is a giving time. I know this is really what a lot of people, they want to do it all year long, but they really step up, as I mentioned. Now, really big time when you think about going into Thanksgiving. And from Thanksgiving moving it forward, everybody just feels that they want to give, right? So good morning to all of you again. We had a wonderful first segment with Paul Anthony. We talked about paranormal activity. If you missed that, it's the beauty of streaming. Be sure to go back. I was talking about Cottleville in the news just yesterday. In the news again. And here's what's interesting. I like to always personalize things. Jim and I looked at homes in this subdivision. It's the Cottleville area called Cottleville Trails. And there are many that have absolutely loved it. Some people said that they've lived there for the past year and a half, but now they're worried that they might be disturbed with potential road construction because the city is deciding whether to allow the subdivision's developer to proceed with plans to build additional townhomes near the Cottleville Trails Drive. Or are they going to leave that area untouched, as you see in one of these pictures, for a possible connecting road between Highway N and Guttermouth? No timeline, by the way, for the construction of a possible connecting road. I will tell you that when Jim and I looked in the area, to me, there was a lot, and this is what's happening. They're also talking about maybe putting townhomes up, but it's so cookie cutter, right? It's just throw these houses up so quickly, and they're right next to each other. That was one of the reasons that we said no, even though I love the idea, like this whole walking trail. They have areas where you can get in, put a kayak in, and probably do like stand-up paddle boards. So a bunch of different lakes. Really neat concept, but it's, getting these things up so fast. Infrastructure not there with regards to what are they going to do with all of the influx of people coming in. That's why Jim really didn't want to go. He originally was like, it was such a cute area. He likened it to Bedford Falls in It's a Wonderful Life. And I used to think that way. I love Cottleville. In fact, we're talking about doing some big things with them for our 750th show celebration. I absolutely love the area. We're there a lot. I just hope they're trying to, figure all that out because parking's been an issue as well. Excited about this to come. We talked about this over the last several months, and now they just got some new giraffes, new rhinos. The St. Louis Zoo Wild Care Park welcoming the first giraffes and rhinos. So look for this in the next year. It's going to be up in the North County area, by the way. And then they've got many things planned over the next couple of years. But some people had a chance to get a sneak peek of those babies. Isn't it cool? I'm so looking forward to this, like this really cool safari feel right here in our own area. Another thing that's cool that's just opening up is a new venue at Ballpark Village. It's Club Ava, an expansion of the garden bar that they have, which opened up in the spring. The grand opening is set for today, by the way. Ballpark Village, if you haven't been in a while, new venue opening up there. And I'm going to give you a rundown of some things that you can do for Halloween. Before we do that, this is super cool. Do you all watch, or did you used to watch, a Squid Game? So we've got some St. Louis residents, 3, John and August and Mindy. They are going to compete in the Netflix Squid Game, The Challenge. And among 456 people, 3 of them are from our area competing for a $4.5 million prize. One person will take that home. 2 contestants, John and Mindy, are from Edwardsville, and then August is from St. Louis. So good luck to them. I love that. I love when we can have a local connection to some national news. Speaking of which, let's get into international news. So we were talking about this over the last few days. There are 5 more jewel heist arrests that were made as the Louvre probe continues and deepens. And I was watching some of the videos, like, it's just absolutely crazy. The dragnet tightened around the Louvre thieves yesterday. 5 more people seized in the crown jewels heist, including a suspect tied by DNA. I just love these investigators, don't you? The Paris prosecutors widening the sweep across the capital and in its suburbs. Authorities say 3 of the 4 alleged members of the commando team, as French media have dubbed the robbers, are now in custody. So I'm not sure if you heard about that. The late night operations in Paris and the nearby area, it was a lift that the total arrested now to 7. It's just crazy that this was able to even happen, don't you think? And they were saying, I think in the news, was it Monday or earlier in the week, we talked about how some of the jewels that they got away with could be melted down and turned into jewelry. Let me get this Princess Leia hair out of my way. It could be turned into jewelry that you buy and it was melted down and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm wearing something from this. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they're able to recover it all. All right. How about our Blues? They go into overtime. I went to bed. I so thought they were going to win. I thought, I am sometimes in my head believing if I go to bed, they'll win. You ever do that, right? It's so silly to think. But the Vancouver Canucks, unfortunately, beat our Blues. The final was 4-3. So they haven't won in a while, unfortunately. Let's go back on the road. The Blues and the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow. The puck will drop at 6 p.m. And Mizzou off this weekend, but this is cool. They are going to be playing against Texas A&M. That's coming up next weekend, and it's a sellout, breaking a program record. So with that announcement, that means every game on Faurot Field this year is expected to be played in front of a capacity crowd. So Mizzou, again, as I mentioned, is off this weekend. They're coming off their last game was against Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt beat Mizzou 17-10. Mizzou beat Auburn. Mizzou lost to Alabama. They beat UMass. So their next game is against Texas A&M on the 8th. That'll be a 2:30 afternoon game, by the way, on the 8th. And in our National Day of Calendar, it's National Magic Day, National Knock Knock Joke Day. So you might hear a lot of those tonight for trick-or-treaters. National Caramel Apple Day. Let me just say this. My husband has been buying caramel apples all week long. He's like, oh, Monica, look what I brought home. National Doorbell Day, Frankenstein Friday, Girl Scout Founders Day, and National Breadstick Day. Okay, so if you're just tuning in and we're talking about Halloween and you're like, okay, the kiddos are taken care of, but where do I go? There are many spots in and around the St. Louis area. I'm just going to give you some top 10 ones that showed up in St. Louis Magazine. So Sandbox VR, that's at the City Foundry. You can get deep inside a creepy scenario there, highly immersive experience. Or you can go to the Arcaden Cinema, which is going to be at 5228 Gravois. That's in the Bevo area. Let's see, Haunted Bar through November 1st. That's the Handlebar on Manchester. Fun and friendly handlebar that you thought you knew has been taken over by goblins and ghouls and the undead. Legends and Lanterns, that actually had been going on. So hopefully you had a chance to go to that on historic Main Street, because now that wrapped up. That wrapped up on the 26th. The legendary Halloween party in the Central West End, which has been going on for a long, long time. That's going to be actually, that's a combination of adults and kids. Kids costume parade at 11, trick-or-treating at local businesses, a dog costume parade that they have, the adult street party. Central West End, always a blast. So did you go to that? That was on the 25th. These are some of the things that we had through our area. Six Flags Fright Fest, that is still ongoing through November 2nd. If you want to go to a haunted house, Darkness, Creepy World, Lemp Brewery Haunted House, those always get good nods. The Tim's Chrome Bar, that will continue. They kicked that off on October 23rd with a costume karaoke, but it does have an event tonight. They have a K-pop Halloween party tonight, Dress to Impress. Again, Tim's Chrome Bar. The High Point Theater, they've been doing things all week long. Today, they pair with the St. Louis Punk Rock Flea Market to present Evil Dead 2, a live music and costume contest. And then Slam Underground, which is going to be gothic. They have that. The St. Louis Art Museum's quarterly Friday party falls on Halloween this year, and they're making the most of it. So that's a handful of things that St. Louis Magazine had for you. But again, I'd say some of the biggest would be Boo at the Zoo, St. Louis Fright Fest, which is, of course, at Six Flags. The Darkness is one of my favorites. That Halloween street party in the Central West End, just absolutely amazing. If you had never been to that, I went years back, and I wish I would have had a chance to think about that for this year, because I think they do it great if you have never been before. Okay, I'm going to take a break. We've got our Foodie Friday coming up. Let's see. Before I do that, Paul said that the spirits are here. I believe that. I know that. Stephanie, my friend Sue, just moved back to her townhouse in Arnold. Is Jim dressing up as Darth Vader? Jim was not Darth Vader. What do you think he was? Here's what I'm going to do. During Foodie Friday, I'm going to try to dig up some old pictures of what Jim and I have been over the years, and I'll show you a little montage. So he was not Darth Vader. Rose, what do you think he was? Starla, the place where my husband works can't get anyone to apply for a job there. See, that's crazy. We're losing all these jobs, layoffs, and people need jobs. Stephanie said, my food pantry at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Columbia, Illinois, always accepts donations. Thank you. We want to help out those that are in our area. Linda said, I'd never live in a cookie cutter home community. I have a hard enough time finding my car in a parking lot sometimes, let alone my house when I get older. Stephanie, poor blues. Wild Lost also. Well, darn it. Let's see. Juliette Lowe, founder of Girl Scouts. It's her birthday. Okay, happy birthday to her. I was a Girl Scout as well, Rose. Yep, up to a cadet. Oh, I didn't go that far. Let's see. Please get an Uber if you're going out. Yes. Obi-Wan? Nope. Good guess. Keep the guesses coming in. All right, you're all up to date, as I mentioned, in News You Can Use, also the paranormal activity. Now it's time to fill our bellies. Are you ready for a Foodie Friday? I am. Coming up, Nancy McConnell. Well, again, we were in the Slyman Brothers kitchen just a couple of days ago, cooking up a little wild mushroom ragu. Nancy McConnell from Le Champ de Fleurs, my guest for a Foodie Friday when we return.
Thankful to Monica for having me on the show here today. I just love having the opportunity to try and help other people. There are a lot of people in my life that were there for me in my time of need, and that was important for me today to talk to Monica about that. You know, you can get low and then work yourself back up to where you want to be, and people around you can help you do that. Surround yourself with the right people. That's what Monica tries to do here with this show. In fact, I know that's what she wants to do, is she wants people that are like-minded to help each other, to point each other in the right direction, to lift each other up, not put each other down. It was amazing for me to sit in here and talk with Monica, and hopefully it helps somebody along the way. I know that every show that she puts on is fantastic. It's worth your while to be tuning in every single day. Don't worry about some of the negativity around the world, whether it's on TV and this, that, the other. Tune in here to Monica and let her tell her story as well as her guests tell their story. There's always something that you can get from somebody else. And if you pick up just one little thing that helps you, that makes this a success. And that is why I'm here with Monica today.
Welcome to another Foodie Friday. I told you I'm just going through every week, just you get a chance to meet my friends in the industry. I have so many that I think it's going to take us for years. 15-year friendship right here. Nancy McConnell, we're thrilled to have you in the Slyman Brothers Appliance Kitchen.
I'm happy to be here.
So Nancy is with Le Champ de Fleurs by Stone Soup Cottage. So a lot of you, maybe you have gone to Stone Soup in the past. They're in Cottleville, Missouri, by the way. And if you are in one of the cities or states outside of our immediate area, well, you need to put this on your radar to come and visit and put it on the list for some events that they might have coming up when you do actually travel here. Can you believe it's been 15 years?
No, we keep getting younger and younger.
Yeah, well,
right? How does that happen?
We look good. So we're going to tell you all about these really amazing events they have coming up and kind of a reimagination of what you're doing. So first and foremost, though, since it is a Foodie Friday, in the Slyman Brothers kitchen, let's thank Slyman, by the way, for this. Isn't this kitchen beautiful?
It's amazing. In fact, I was just saying as I was prepping, I love this.
Every show.
chef says, I want this kitchen.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like it could make me a cappuccino by itself.
It can.
It's perfect.
It depends on the appliance, right? So if you didn't know this, Slyman's been around 60 years. I mean, wow. What tradition they have here in St. Louis. So these are Jenn-Air appliances.
Okay.
When you go in there, you can get the appliance that makes the most sense for you, but we're talking about Sub-Zero, Wolf, Cove. They've got some really incredible appliances. Jenn-Air. So you've never been introduced to an induction, have you?
No. At the restaurant, we have gas.
Right.
So
Most chefs and restaurant owners come in and say, well, Monica, gas is king. And then they play around with this and go, wait a minute, I might want to have one of these.
It's king, queen, duke. I love it.
She likes the fact that there's a lot of safety aspect of
Yes.
this. So you take this off, it's going to start saying, are you done? Okay, see, look at it, Nancy. It's like, it's like, hello, are you done? And then all of a sudden, I put it back on and it recognizes my pot and it goes right back to what I had it at. Isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
So from safety aspect, you got little kids or grandkids, you might want to look into induction, okay? So just think induction, gas, electric, whatever makes the most sense for you. So thank you to Slyman because they are our sponsor of our Foodie Fridays. Okay, what are we making, my friend?
Okay, so it is autumn and it's chilly and I wanted to make something rustic and I also wanted to make you a small bite that is going to pair with wine that I brought. So I brought a lot of wine. I'm like Mary Poppins in my little bag.
Well,
I've got a lot of wine that
she knows wine.
My passion.
You're how do you say it?
Sommelier.
So again, when I asked Glenn Bargett from Annie Guns last week, I'm like, how do you say Sommelier? And it's I hear a little variance here and there, but sommelier.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And you became that how long ago?
When we first opened the restaurant. So it's been 16 years.
Wow.
16 years.
So
yes.
if you all know, it was, did you say 09?
09.
Was
yes.
the small building that then became Cookies and Cream in Cowdleville. I don't think it's even that anymore, isn't it?
No,
Didn't they move that?
They did. They did. And so they moved it sort of in the kind of down a little bit and in the heart of where Cottleville is, but they kept the building because it's so charming.
It's, do you know how old it is?
1800s.
Oh,
and when
very
we first started, we only had 5 tables. And it was a quirky house and it wasn't supposed to be a restaurant at all. And so literally we had to open up the wood floor. So it was a hatch and you had to open it up and go down these steep stairs in order to get to the basement, where, yes, we did profile back then because the dishwasher had to be this big because the ceilings were this low, and it actually was probably my kids at that time.
I've heard
about
so
child
many
labor.
funny stories about how people wouldn't know. It'd be like running down dishes there. You made it work, and Here's the thing, folks. If you ever were blessed to go and eat there, it was reservations months in advance. I mean, how did that ever happen?
The grace of God, really.
Yeah.
And Joe Bonwich, the late Joe Bonwich, God rest his soul, an amazing food critic, journalist. He always came in, he was a critic, and behind the scenes, nobody knew who he was. And he actually joined us one evening at the cottage and wrote just an amazing, amazing article. And that really spearheaded. But a lot of what we did back then and what we do now is word of mouth. Because we're completely different.
Yes.
You have to experience it to know exactly what the warmth and the humanity that we give to each of our guests. And so it's word of mouth.
Experience.
It is. It's an experience.
And again, if you're just tuning in, Nancy McConnell is my guest. What we're talking about is what I stress from a wellness standpoint, which is mindful eating. Mindful memories, having a glass of wine mindfully, not downing it and masking pain, right? You all do that and have done that so well. Here's some small bites. Let's provide this for you. And here's the pairing. And let's teach you and educate you, but not be so stuffy that it's, education, I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Right? You're so warm. And that is the thing that I've always loved. And that's how our friendship formed, by the way. What I love is I got a chance, and you're going to see some beautiful pictures of this, to go to Italy with you.
Yes.
And you are wanting to bring back these ideas of travel, whether it's within the United States, it's international travel, and being able to show people experiences in life.
Exactly.
That might involve really incredible food, might involve a really wonderful bottle of wine, but friendships and memories that we talk about for years to come.
It's so true. In fact, last night we had our first wine class, and so
how did it go?
It was amazing.
Yay.
It was great, and there were new faces, but there are some really dear friends who have, well, guests who became friends,
right?
Over the past 15 years or so, and many went to Italy with us, and so it was nice to have them back in this new rebranding.
Sure.
So these wine classes are an extension of what we do, intimate classes, 14 to 16 guests. The subject was heavy hitters, and that were wines that were old world and new world, 97 points and above.
Wow.
Amazing.
And did I see one was 99 points?
Correct.
Unbelievable.
And we had a dear friend of mine, Faith from Pinnacle Imports, and she walked everyone through the different wines. We had 6 different pairings. We had an amazing sparkling, which we're going to enjoy in a little bit after we finish working.
Okay, yeah, it's your reward.
Exactly. So we always start off experiences with a glass of sparkling or a mocktail. And that kind of gets people settled in.
Yep.
Last night was chilly, but beautiful. Opened up the patio doors, fire pits. Our flowers are still amazing in the field.
We just had our retreat, and we will be doing many more of these together, by the way. The pictures from the retreat that you're looking at, the flowers, the experience that people had. I could not believe how beautiful they were, because you see a lot of the leaves that are going on right now, and things are just getting knocked down. I've been there the last couple of weeks. I'm like, look how gorgeous they are still.
Beautiful.
That's God's blessing.
It's God's blessing, and it looks like Monet right now.
It does.
I actually we're hosting a wedding the next couple of days on Sunday.
Yes.
A very intimate micro wedding, which we are known for, and just 30 guests.
Can you explain to them what a micro wedding is?
So a micro wedding is an intimate affair. It can be from 2 guests. Usually the max is around 40. I like to kind of cap it at 40.
Yeah.
30 is sort of the sweet spot. And it's just an intimate gathering. We have multiple places on the property, either in the flower fields or in front of the pond. I have English stone steps that lead down.
So pretty.
And it's just intimate. And then the guests can come up on the patio. And then we have a lovely, for Sunday, it's going to be a brunch. Sometimes we can just do a sit down or a beautiful buffet. And it's just for a very small group. And it can be as extravagant or it can be just as simple, depending on what the memories want to be for that day.
A lot of people are doing that, by the
Yes.
way. They're wanting to have more of that intimate setting, and she does it really, really well. So again, it's Le Champ des Fleurs by Stone Soup Cottage. Nancy McConnell is the owner, and some really amazing things to come. We're going to take a quick break. We're just going to enjoy time together, maybe talk about some fun memories from over the years.
Would love to.
Incredible ideas to come where we're collaborating together. One more time, tell them what we're making in the Simon Brothers kitchen.
Okay, so we are making a wild mushroom ragu. I've got lovely herbs that we grow on the farm. So I've got fresh thyme, tarragon, chives, put a little bit of olive oil that I brought back from Italy.
Yeah, some of the best olive oil I've ever tasted.
Yes, I smuggled that in. I have some truffle salt as well from our time in Italy.
We went on a truffle hunt, folks.
We did.
That dog was amazing.
So cute, so good. And then this is just slowly roasting. So I've got some really beautiful umami going on because this is going to go with a beautiful red. Got garlic. I'm going to deglaze it after the break. And then you're making house-made ricotta.
I'm just over here doing figure eights, folks.
And you do it so well.
All right, don't go anywhere. We have more Foodie Friday when we return.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Welcome back to a Foodie Friday. If you're just tuning in, we've been visiting with my friend Nancy McConnell. Le Champ des Fleurs by Stone Soup Cottage, and some really amazing things to come. First of all, if you could recap the retreat in just a couple of words or a couple of sentences, what would you say?
Oh my gosh, there were so many things. The retreat it had a spirituality and faith base, but organic would probably be the word, because so much happened in just a short amount of time that wasn't planned, that was not on our agenda, which just came out of the grace of God, which I loved.
For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, it was called Faith in the Fields, and that really came about organically also. We were like, well, what should we call it? Oh, I love that sound.
I do too.
So we were standing in the fields, and I'm like, faith in the fields, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the weather turning colder, right? Talking about autumn-style food, and we'll tell you in a second again what we're making. But we were like, we don't want this to be a one-off. And I will tell you, I've had 20 people reach out to me now that said, I saw the reel, I want to go to this. Can you please put me on a list? Excellent. So I have a running list now of all of you. I will be emailing you to let you know the next one, because we're not done. We want to continue, and so what we talked about was, well, what do we do? What do we call moving it inside? So it's from the fields to the fire.
Which I love, and I get chills for that. And we have 3 cozy stone fireplaces in the cottage. I think that the fall and winter time are so beautiful in there.
So much more to come. And actually, we would love, for those of you that have been, I do have some great emails that have come in already telling us what they loved about it. So that's just one of many ideas that Nancy has as she carries this new reimagination forward. Obviously, you do wine pairings really, really well. Education of wine. The food and wine that we're doing today are?
So we have a wild mushroom ragu, and it has just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. From Italy, just a little bit of butter. But if you want to do it vegan, or you don't want to put the butter in, olive oil is perfect. Okay. A little bit of truffle salt, and then all of those beautiful herbs. We have tarragon and thyme.
That's what I'm smelling.
And chives. Of course, we have
basil?
Not basil. I'm going to actually finish this with a little bit of watercress. That is going to be a little garnish.
Okay.
Because we eat with our eyes.
Yes,
right?
we do.
And we want to make this little bite beautiful. And shallots we have in here, and then that little sizzle was deglazing.
Okay.
And
what'd you use for that?
And that was a beautiful Chardonnay Bear, which is you always want to cook with what you want to drink. And
okay, that came up last week.
I want to drink.
Isn't that funny, Nancy? You know how many times people say, I don't want to drink this, so just pour it in the food.
I know. No, see, the best part is to have your glass of wine while you're cooking, and just put a little bit of that in the bottle. Good. So this.
What am I doing over here besides
you're doing
figurines?
Great, and I put her to work. I'm just hanging out. So Monica is making a house-made ricotta.
Okay.
So super easy. We have 2 cups of milk.
Okay.
A cup of cream.
Okay.
We have a pinch of salt, and I used a little bit of that truffle salt.
Okay.
And then the whole idea is to go slow.
Yes.
You want to get the tiny bubbles around the edge, which you're getting.
Okay.
Monica is stirring in figure 8s because we do not want it to scorch, because there's nothing worse than scorched milk. It's bitter, and then you have to start over.
Right.
As soon as you get some larger bubbles, we don't need like a roll, like a huge big boiling, but we just get it moving.
Okay.
Once we get that, which we're almost there, you're going to pour in your 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to do a figure 8 a couple of times.
Okay.
Shut it off, move it away. In 10 minutes, the curds are going to start, and then we'll see the magic happen.
Fantastic. And then what are you pairing this with?
Okay, so we're making a 1 bite. So this is sort of the new concept of what we're doing at the cottage, where we're having wine classes or experiences and having little nibbles along the way.
Mindful eating.
Mindful eating. And you want, because they're small bites, you want to make sure that you have got the freshest ingredients.
Yes.
So of course you could use regular ricotta, but why?
Why?
Super easy to make,
Right.
great to make with the kids, great to make with a partner if you just want to sit and talk about your day and have a glass of wine.
Yep.
And
get your loved ones involved.
Exactly. And it just tastes better.
Right.
It just does.
Yep.
Remember in Italy how everything tastes better? Because
We were like, everything's
simple.
so fresh, and they're teaching us, and we're enjoying.
I know.
I got to make the grandma. And we played with animals.
There's always a no-no.
There was cows, there were goats,
sheep.
there were sheep. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
It's so much fun.
It really is. So you love travel. I mean, you've been to how many countries?
150.
Folks, what? 150 countries.
So that was the first chapter of my life.
Yeah.
So after college, I have a degree in marketing, PR, and journalism. I wanted to work for National Geographic. As young people are, they think, I just graduated, I'm gonna work for National Geographic. It doesn't work that way. But there was a travel company here in St. Louis that many of your viewers may have remembered. It's no longer. It was called Intrav, and that was the epitome of luxury travel.
Sure.
And so I was lucky enough, because there were so many candidates to get that job. It was a golden job to become a travel director for this company.
Julie McCoy.
When I was young and perky, right? So we traveled almost 280 days out of the year.
Wow.
When we were young. They paid us nothing, but why did you care?
Right, experience.
Because it was luxury, and you were escorting and taking care of all of the wants and needs for very affluent clientele.
Right.
I went on the Concorde. I was one of the lucky ones to do around the world on the Concorde, been on the QE2, safaris, and you name it. So my background was actually taking guests, okay, for the hospitality side. And then later on, I did programming, so putting itineraries together. And then Julie McCoy, you would say, but I was hired to be an expedition leader and a Zodiac driver for a Russian icebreaker. And who was the client but National Geographic?
Isn't that crazy?
So I ended up actually being
that's a God wink.
It was a God wink, and being a Zodiac driver for them and their cruise director, and went to some amazing places. So that was my career until 40. And that's when we started up the restaurant.
And again, this is it. When we have fun in the kitchen, but there's so many things that you learn. And you're talking about blessings. You're talking about patience, and we can all want to have the perfect life. And God laughs at that and says, "I'm going to lead you there. Just trust me on this and believe." Here she is saying, "This is what my vision is. This is what my dream is." Are you ready for me to put the lemon in? It looks.
I think we're there.
Okay.
I think we're there.
So
okay,
here,
you're gonna pour it in,
and then figure
do a
eights.
couple of figure eights.
Okay. So your ideal, again, nothing's perfect in life, but your vision moving forward with this reimagination is?
Yes. So it's taking the first part of my life in travel and hospitality, and moving from there to what I've learned in the hospitality aspect within the restaurant,
right,
and in private events, and my sommelier, what I love, and now to the back end of my career, taking all of that knowledge, because they're all entwined.
Absolutely.
They're all entwined, and it's in my DNA. This is what serves me. It serves my soul to do these type of journeys, whether they're a retreat for a day, whether it is taking a group to Italy for a week, whether it's hosting a micro wedding for 3 hours. It is all the same fundamentals.
Well, and it lights you up. It's
it
your
lights
passion.
me up. It gets me up in the morning.
Don't you get excited by saying, "I'm going to take the best pieces of my life and I get to design my world," which is what you're doing.
Yes.
And this is what she's doing now. By the way, the heavy hitters wine experience she had sold out. The next one sold out. There are some tickets available for November.
I believe November 17th as of when I left.
That's it.
And that one's a fun one. If you can get a ticket for that.
Am I good with this? Take it off?
Yes, take it off.
All right.
And just let it do its thing. It's going to curdle.
Okay.
Which you think is a bad thing, but that's what it's going to do. So if you can get a ticket for this last one, it is something that I've wanted to do since the beginning of my wine experience. And how do you pair wine with food? It's going to be an interactive
How do
class.
you? That's the biggest question everybody always asks. She will teach you.
I will teach you. For instance, when you have a wine night at your house, okay? And you want to put fruit and cheese out, right? You're thinking and some meats charcuterie, right? I will tell you the number one mistake, and it kills me, I cringe. when someone takes a cured meat and drinks it with a red wine that has tannins, it becomes so metallic, it ruins your palate for the entire evening. So you would think anything on a charcuterie tray would pair with the different wines that you're selecting. Not so. Not so.
Why is that?
It's because of the tannins.
The tannins.
Exactly. So if you think about cured meats and how it's the saltiness, there's some a lot of tannins in that, and when you have red wine with it, it just throws your palate off. It's kind of like when you have an artichoke. Artichokes are hard to pair
Absolutely.
with wine. There are some really astringent flavors that you have to be able to know. So if you did a stainless steel white with an artichoke in the wrong way, it can just blow it up.
And that's the thing that people look. This is what she does, and this is why she's having classes so that it doesn't become so unapproachable. Because that's the thing. People are like, "Am I doing this wrong?" I mean, you heard last week it was like, it's not the old mindset of only red with meat and only white with fish. That's not the case anymore. But you heard him say last week, and I'm sure she would as well. If you enjoy it, do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Don't make it so.
But don't have a piece of cured meat with it.
Don't you dare put red wine with cured meat.
And some can, but that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have fun. We're going to go through different flavor profiles. We're going to take it as simple as you want to. Going up into questions. I mean, last night questions were amazing. Somebody asked, well, what made our heavy hitters a 99 point wine? What makes, when people see, oh, it's 99 points decanter or
Wine Spectator, or Wine
exactly.
Enthusiast.
What makes it? So a lot of the fundamentals make sense. What type of year was it? Okay. So all of these grape growers are farmers, right? I'm a farmer. I grow vegetables and herbs and flowers. What was the weather? That
soil,
year,
weather, climate,
all of that. Then what happened in Italy? I don't know if you remember this. I think it might have been when I was doing a site inspection a couple of months before we went. They got hail and they were just getting ready to harvest. Wiped out a tremendous amount of fruit. So now we're talking about what? Supply and demand.
Absolutely.
Right? So that affects price.
Well, we think about the fires that were in
Exactly. Fungus. You name it. So all of those things happen to do with price. They happen to do with the points that you get. Obviously, there's some marketing behind the scenes but it really is about how the fruit is for that particular vintage. It depends on the winemaker, of course. And
that's what goes into the levels of why is this $20 and why is this $2,000?
Well, exactly. And one of the sparklings that I think, honestly, and I love sparkling.
I know you do.
Who doesn't love sparkling? Okay, and I'm not saying champagne, right? So I'm saying sparkling. This is a producer, Moutard, and it's actually from Champagne, but these are not actually harvested in that Champagne region. Exactly.
Because that is the only thing that can be called champagne.
Correct. But they do have champagne, but this particular Blanc de Blanc is not. So the price is significantly less. But you still have the same winemaker. You're in Chablis. So you're up in the Chablis region, which I love Chablis. And so you're getting that acidity, but it's so well balanced. I'm going to pour you a little bit, if I may.
This is what I love. So again, if you're just tuning in, we're going to take a quick break. Nancy McConnell, La Chambre des Fleurs by Stone Soup Cottage. So she teaches this, but she's also going to say, hey, you're not coming here and we're talking about, I want to buy some of this, but oh, wait, what's the price of it? She's going to teach you some really amazing wines that could be in a $20, $30, $40, $50 price range. And then on up, I mean, obviously doing the heavy hitters, but every week, is it every week you're doing this or every other?
It's sometimes twice a week. I have another one. And for the heavy hitters, we chose wines that we could order for our guests. So our guests did buy a lot for their cellars. And I do concierge delivery. So if you buy 6 bottles or more, you'll see me at your doorstep.
Hey, I want to tell you how great a night I had.
Exactly.
All right, she's pouring us some sparkling. How far off do you think we are on our food?
Well, let's check our little curdles.
Am I curdling?
You're doing good. You're good.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Looks
it's
like
coming
cottage
along.
cheese over here.
It does. That's the concept.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. I did a good job, Mom.
You did great. You did great. You're hired.
Okay,
Simon
good.
Brothers, we
Seventh
love
hat
you.
I have to wear. We will be back. Again, Simon Brothers Appliance Kitchen for our Foodie Friday. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome to the mobile Monica version of the Real Monica Adams Show at my favorite restaurant. There's something about a coffee house that's just very warm and welcoming.
Gives you that sense of community.
What are you most proud of since you've opened it?
I cry easily. I'm thankful for everybody here.
You opened the door during the middle of the pandemic. You got the best Italian restaurant in the United States. Here in St. Louis, you put us on the map. Does it scare you? Go through fear?
It's terrifying.
So how do you get past the fear?
We find something to laugh about.
Welcome back. We're hoping you're enjoying your Friday. We certainly are. Hey, it's morning, but we're doing this. Toast. So if you're just tuning in, Nancy McConnell has joined me in the Simon Brothers Appliance Kitchen. Isn't it beautiful? We are so thrilled to have them as a part of this show. It's really, Zach and I were talking, my director, Zach, we thought it was 3 months that we've been doing this. We figured out it was 6. We've been doing this for 6 months already, and we've had some incredible food that has been cooked here. Nancy is with Le Chambre des Fleurs by Stone Soup Cottage and really have some amazing events coming up for you. So tell them what your website is so they can check about these.
Okay, it's www.lechambre-des-fleurs-ssc.com.
Now, Zach's got
that's
all that
a
for
lot.
you. Zach's got it right there for you on the screen.
That's a
so
lot.
it'll be easy. And Gabriel will drop that in for you in the comments to make it easy for you to just click on. We take all that away from you having to do anything. Just enjoy life.
Yes.
So that is for you. Okay, so we're going to ask Nancy. I've been doing this the last couple of weeks. I say 5 forks in a recipe for someone at home that's a brand new cook.
Okay.
The difficulty factor from 1 to 5 forks. How many forks would you say difficulty-wise? This would be for the newbie chef.
This is the easiest.
One.
You cannot ruin this. Okay?
1 fork?
1 fork.
Okay, so by the way, these mushrooms are not just any mushrooms. They're
wild mushrooms.
You wild mushrooms.
They are crazy. They're crazy. And then we got them drunk with a little bit of Chardonnay. So they're really having a party.
So they just get some mushrooms.
So, yeah, so you get wild mushrooms. Okay, so you take, here is a trick. You want to kitchen hack. You want to have as much surface area in your skillet. Okay. Why? We want them to brown.
Great.
We want them to brown. So if you are taking moist mushrooms, right? Okay, because they've got some water content in it, and you're going to put them in a small.
We don't want to have them all
They're going to
claustrophobic.
steam. They're going to steam.
Yes.
You're not going to get that beautiful firmness to it. You get the fond. You've probably heard of fond, and that is just a beautiful browning and flavor that you're going to get. And so you really want to make sure that the bigger the pan, then the more they will crisp up.
Right.
They will get that beautiful golden color, which is flavor.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is put your olive oil in. If you want a little butter, great. You don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't have to. Let's make it as healthy as possible. Perfect vegetarian.
Love this.
It's so yummy. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of shallot.
And it's a little, because I don't
It
smell,
is.
Again, people can just overdo the garlic.
No,
And
it's
off-putting sometimes.
It's very
This
delicate.
This smells like you have just transcended me to Italy all over again.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, so by the magic of television, by the way. So we're going to turn my guy over here, which looks like oatmeal and cottage cheese. It did its job. Yay!
It
Look,
did its job. So you've
it
got
curdled.
your curds. So you've got, so you have your curds. And so what you're going to do, so from 10 to 15 minutes, just kind of look and see. And it's okay if there are some curds that are larger and some that are smaller. It doesn't matter. You're going to take a slotted spoon. Over here, I just have a pot with a colander and cheesecloth. You can get it at your local grocery store.
Okay.
You're going to carefully put in, I should have probably a slotted spoon, but.
Look in here.
You think there's one?
Maybe. Is there?
Well, we can do
You can
this.
do that one,
Yes.
yeah.
The magic of television.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so just so that the audience can see, look
at this.
Okay, so you're going to put in a cheesecloth.
So this is going to become, by the way,
correct.
That.
Correct.
So by the magic of television, we're going to put that in our finished dish.
Put this over
but we want you to see.
Yeah, this is too slotted, but that's okay. So you get the concept that you're getting the curds in here. The cheesecloth will go ahead and strain it.
Okay.
And you're going to want to just leave it as is.
Look at that, Zach.
Leave it as is until it gets firmed up. Now, for me, and the way that they have it in Italy, and I think is such a perfect bite, is to serve it warm, so it'll get a little bit firm.
Sure.
Serve it warm on a little bit of a crostini with some olive oil and garlic.
Okay.
And then maybe drizzle with a little bit of honey, maybe some figs on top, a little bit of nuts. Or
Are
you
you
can
hungry?
do it, or you can do it savory. You can do like a caprese with
This is amazing.
roasted tomatoes and basil. And again, super fun to do with the kids. And it's extremely elegant.
That's how you make little chefs, by the way. You get them involved
Absolutely.
very early on. Okay, so we already did one, but so now we're going to plate it up.
Yes.
Again, small bites. You don't have to have these ridiculous portions. That's where that weight gain comes from, by the way. So watch your portions and slow down in your eating. Enjoy life.
Exactly. So now we have phyllo dough here. So we just warmed that up, crisped it up. And then we have your house-made ricotta. Now, if you have gluten-free, so many times we have guests that are gluten-free.
Sure.
Last night we did. Instead of doing the phyllo dough, you can just do a potato nest.
Okay.
Super easy. Shredded hash brown potatoes, make sure they're dry. Put a little bit of salt and pepper. Just form it in a little muffin pan. 30 minutes on 450, gluten-free, delicious.
Oh, perfect.
Delicious.
See? Everyone's taken care of here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we already, you put a little bit.
Put a little bit of that.
Yep, we did
and
that.
We've got our mushrooms. So these again would be warm. And again, we eat with our eyes. So we would love to be able to showcase what is in this little bite. So we can put some, little bit of chives in here. We've got
All
some of the
fresh made at their garden
tarragon
in Cottleville.
and some of the fresh thyme. Just pull it off like this so you don't get the woody stems. Beautiful bite. To pair with this, you could pair it with champagne. You could pair it with an oaky Chardonnay like this Aubert, or because of the umami, we're going to do beautiful Bethel Heights Pinot Noir.
Which is interesting. She was telling
Yes.
me, you and I aren't typically big Pinot fans, but I've been introduced to more and more and more that I'm actually liking.
I'm more of an old world, so more a Burgundian Pinot
Yes.
is what I like. New world, I love and appreciate, and they're great for certain things.
This is new?
This is New World. This is Bethel Heights, and it is, to me, more of an old world style. It is absolutely.
It's got a very light, pleasing nose.
Well, nice, pleasing nose. That should be a T-shirt.
I have a certification as a somm now.
You are? Okay, you're going to be working the
Honorary.
next one. We pay in wine.
Now let me ask this, because we did toast, and you're not
Yes.
supposed to toast and not drink.
Oh,
Because
okay.
So,
Yes.
but are we going to ruin what we're getting ready to
We're
eat?
not. We're not. It'll go with both.
Okay, so what toast would you like?
Oh, to good friends, to old friends, and to new journeys.
I like that. Okay. So last week we were talking about
Yum.
tasting. That's very good.
Isn't that nice?
Yes. Yeah, I like that a lot. So tasting, wine, food, wine. Not food, wine, food. Do you agree with that?
Say that again.
Wine, food, wine. Taste the wine first, then pair it with the food, taste the food, and then go back to wine.
So for me,
See? Everybody's got to. So this is why we say there's no right or wrong.
there's no right or wrong. For me, and especially for the tastings, I always love to pour the guests the wine first before the food comes out.
right.
Number one, to get it to temperature, you can smell it. Okay, really important. I have a good big nose, so. So you put your nose in it. One nostril may be stronger than the other. It usually
look at all
is
this I've
true.
never learned.
So
Okay.
I tend to gravitate towards my right.
What's
It's
this?
very personal, isn't it? Well, you see many people in restaurants do this. So
Yeah.
anyway, so that you can really pick up what you're smelling.
So what do you smell?
I smell earth.
I did
smell
too,
earth,
yes.
and that is why you pair the mushrooms
Yes.
with it.
Okay.
This is a typical
Do we
type
need
of
a
pairing.
utensil, or do we just do we need a fork?
Sure, let's get a fork.
Forks.
So I smell earth. I smell a little bit of leather. I smell
See, people
black.
are like leather.
Oh,
What?
black fruits, black stone
So
fruit.
you smell it? Do you taste it?
Then
Or
I
do you
taste it. I taste it.
Okay, so it is wine, food, wine. Wine first, right?
You want to experience it on your front, the sides, and the back. It's dry, earthy.
Look at all these legs. Holy cow. Look at your legs,
Look
Nancy.
at that's the one thing I do have good.
She was a dancer.
I was a dancer.
So then you
bon
taste?
appetit. Yes.
Bon appetit.
Yes.
Do we just go right
I'm
in?
just going to go right in because
Okay.
I made them pretty big. Usually I'll serve them on a plate and it's a one bite, but you know what? We're friends. Go in. So good.
Oh, yummy.
So what's so nice about this is that
I've never
you've
had
got
mushrooms
different
and ricotta before.
you have different textures. So you've got the crispiness of the phyllo, or if you do it with potatoes, the creaminess of that beautiful fresh ricotta, and then you have a little bit of char on the mushrooms, and you're also getting some of the sweetness from the fresh ricotta, which goes with the saltiness. I put a little bit of truffle salt in there too. So to me, it's a perfect
I love
bite.
truffles. My husband did not.
I know.
It's so funny.
I
So I just went back to the wine, and it wasn't as, what's the word I want to use?
You're not a Pinot fan, I know.
No, but the difference is when I paired it with the food, I actually liked it more.
I know why.
Why? She knows why I don't. Is it, I wonder what part of the food it is that I'm liking. I'm not disliking Pinot, and I used to drink Pinot. But this,
This is
softened
amazing.
it.
This is amazing. Yes. In the very front, in the very beginning, you probably got a lot of acidity. And so now you've got the richness
Now this
of the
blends really well
mushrooms,
together.
and it goes. This is
Hey, you know what you're doing.
hey. A lot of times too, when I pair wine, I'm only pairing for food. It's not something necessarily I would pour myself a glass of and sit on the porch
I
and
was
say,
just going to say, so I hope you all understand that. I would not open this and have enjoyed that by itself. But once she put this all together, yeah, that was great. Now, would this drastically change it? If I
This has
do
got
this
a
to
lot
this?
of acidity into it, so you tell me. Although I would, for this particular one, I would open up a bottle and sit on the porch with this one. With this. What I just poured you, because I love this.
Oh, you would? Okay.
I do. I do.
So, and who knows? I mean, it's really great to keep being introduced by people who know what they're doing so that
Yum.
you are ever evolving.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be hoity-toity. A lot of
It's
times
not.
people
People
get
think it is.
overwhelmed. I was it last week? I did a special experience for.
That doesn't work together.
I did a
These do.
special, yes, a special experience for a bachelorette party. Actually, a young bride had called me and said, I want to do something with my girlfriends. We don't want to go out and party. We want to do an experience. And so we did a tasting.
I love it.
They went through the flower fields. They got a cocktail before. We did a class, and there were such great questions, had tasting notes. It was perfect. So I do them for the public, and then I also do private experiences for groups, corporate, team building, you name it.
So there's so many ideas of what is to come, and I want you again to go to their website and follow on social media. She's going to be more and more active there. You're going to see. We're going to make sure. Trust me on this. We are going to showcase all the incredible experiences people are having, whether it is these micro weddings, whether it is an incredible retreat, whether it is a food and wine pairing, and then so much more to come. Keep an eye to there, because as soon as she posts it, you're going to want to grab those tickets, because you will then see oh, I waited an entire day and how can it be sold out already? Because people love what she does. You're going to fall in love with it, and then you are the ones that are going to be saying, hey, come with me to this, come with me to this. I am so proud of you, first of all. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
I'm thrilled to see your passion play out, and I can't wait to see what is to come. So one more time, Le Champ des Fleurs, as well, for all of you that are wanting to get tickets for some of these that are coming up. We're saying the tickets are available right now, but it was when she left. It could literally be that she drives back and the tickets are already sold out. So get on them quick. You've got, 5 or 6 in this series?
Yes, and then I will be posting for December.
Okay.
And then also a little sneak peek.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. By Christmas, or a little bit before Christmas, I will have my 2026 journeys, our trips.
Oh, fantastic.
Coming out. So those sold out. All the Italy trips sold out almost within 2 days.
2 days. Yeah.
That was 40 spaces, so 4 trips. So we take 10 to 12 guests on each itinerary. And so we're going to amazing places. Yes. And so the cool thing about these trips that I didn't do last time, that anyone who books a trip with us, we will be doing experiences leading up to the trip.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so let's say, I don't want to give it away too much, but let's say we're going to go to France. Then we're going to have 3 different experiences that are going to lead up to the trip. And so the guests who are going on that trip
get you excited and ready.
And get to meet.
Get to know each other.
Get to know each other as well.
I like that.
I am an advocate for single travelers. I love it. It is my passion to
don't
bring
feel left
people
out.
in.
Yeah.
And it's a great time. I go with all the trips, so I'm planning them. I'm with you. And so we'll be doing 3 different experiences leading up to the trips. I won't say what they are, but they're going to be amazing.
Well, this is the reason why you want to keep an eye on their page. I'm excited. And I'm excited, by the way, to be a part of many of these things with her. As you follow us and you want to be involved more, make sure that right now, if you are not on an email list with me, say, hey, Monica, here's my email. I want to know about these things that are coming up that you and Nancy are doing together. And it's that simple. Love you, my friend.
I love you.
Cheers to you.
Okay, cheers. You can tell that I'm a bubbles kind of gal.
Back to the bubbles. If you have a guest, by the way, that is a chef or a restaurant owner that you would like on a future Foodie Friday, shoot me an email, info@therealmonicaadams.com, and let's feature them because we are so blessed to have really, truly an incredible food scene right here in our area. But it's not just here. We can travel, right, Zach? Fredericksburg, Texas. We still love you. Our heart's there in Texas. Let's go anywhere around the world. Hey,
let's go.
do a mobile Monica from France.
Or Machu Picchu.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to do it
it
together. Don't go anywhere. We have more of the Real Monica Adams show to come. Oh, welcome back, Nancy. Thank you so much. And here you go. I promised you I would change again. So I started off the show as Princess Leia and ending the show as one of my favorites. I think this is my husband's favorite. We love Greece. Sandy. He was Danny. I'm going to show you a montage, but look, I got him up and you guessed Darth Vader. People were guessing a few other things. Come on in. He said, do I have to, folks? You ready for it? Happy Halloween.
Everybody.
Dum, dum, da, dum. He was a stormtrooper. Yes. Are you dressing up this year?
No.
Oh, such a brat. There you go, everybody. If you have people that signed off, and I know people have to get off to work, whatever, you have to have them come back just so they can see that. I said, Jim, all you have to do is put the mask on. He's such a good sport. So here we are over the years as we wrap up our Halloween show. Some of my favorites. This is in the beginning of us dating, by the way, and it wasn't too far out of his comfort zone because he was wearing a SWAT outfit. He used to be in SWAT. So I was a police officer. We were warriors a handful of years ago. Went to my friend Kent and Georgie's Halloween party. I missed them, by the way, and was a go-go dancer. Jim dressed up. I think he was a protester, which is just funny to me. I was Wonder Woman one year with Mama Jackie. She loves to get all in Halloween as well. She was a witch, and then she was like a spider woman. That's probably my favorite. That picture on the right is my favorite of my mom. So yes, there's the montage or the trio pictures of Jim dressing up as Danny, and I was Sandy. Did the bad
bad girl and then flipped to the good girl, or actually backwards, right? The good girl to the bad girl. That's probably my favorite. I couldn't find, I was trying to do this for you. I put all these pictures together in the last few minutes. I was trying to find for you Cruella de Vil. It's on my page somewhere. But yes, there it are. There's the full outfit. Stormtrooper, Princess Leia. My mom was a Red Devil that year. And I think one year we were on a pirate ship. We love Halloween. What about all of you? And that was also the beginning of us dating. I was Catwoman, and we ended up having him just throw a Batman. We didn't do the full costume, but put the Batman mask on. Again, Mom as the Spider-Woman and me as Catwoman. So some of our favorites from over the years. Just absolutely love it. So I didn't want to disappoint for all of you that thought, will she dress up even though she's not at the TV station anymore? Yes, at least a couple of outfits for you. Julie said, thank you, Jim. Christy said, haha, I guessed right. Yes, I saw that earlier. Stormtrooper it was. Jenny said, great show. Love Nancy. We tried getting into her wine tastings. They go super fast. Love this. You all are hilarious. Thank you to Jim. We'll keep an eye on her page, though, because she's got so much more to come. Paul said deglazing does sound like something you do when you clean. I saw Gabriel said deglazing makes him laugh. Fireplaces at La Champ de Fleurs are absolutely beautiful. Katie said it was such a great retreat experience. Still thinking about the wonderful lunch spread. Also amazing. Flowers are still beautiful, Julie says. Yep, because we went out in the fields. Good morning to you from Phoenix, Kathleen, as well. And I love the fact that our community was dropping in food distribution sites. November 3rd at Bernard Middle School, their district is sponsoring a food drive. Rose said Captain Frank from Naked Gun. No, but Christy, you were correct. He was a stormtrooper. Doesn't sound like we're going to do anything this year. Normally we go to a party or we give out candy at, because again, our neighborhood's not the best for giving out candy, but we would always go to a friend's for that. Tonight, I think we're just going to go to dinner, and we are going to, by the way, experience the brand new Prohibition STL. Gabriel, if you can drop that in for them, it is, I think it just opened a week ago. They had their soft opening. Prohibition STL. It is a speakeasy. It took over the old malt building, where Vindicet was, where PW's Pizza was. Many things that the Hamiltons do. So if you haven't had a chance to go, which we haven't, we're going tonight after we go to dinner. Can't wait for that. Nancy is texting me. She's probably saying, oh my gosh, what a great show. I loved it. Okay. I always ask you, did Sandy wear glasses? I always ask you if you stick around for our devotional. If you don't, this is how we always end the show. So we're going to do Jesus is Calling Us on this Halloween. And as we wrap up October, learn to listen to me even while you're listening to other people. As they open their souls to your scrutiny, you are on holy ground. You need the help of my Spirit to respond appropriately. Ask him to think through you, live through you, love through you. My own being is alive within you in the person of the Holy Spirit. If you respond to others' needs through your unaided thought process, you offer them dry crumbs. When the Spirit empowers your listening and speaking, my streams of living water flow through you to other people. Be a channel of my love, my joy, my peace by listening to me as you listen to others. And don't forget, tomorrow it is November. You get an extra hour of sleep tomorrow, Saturday into Sunday. Gotta love that. This is that time of the year I love. I always hated springing forward because losing, but now we get it back. So enjoy your weekend, whatever you do. I hope you have an incredible Halloween. Please be safe. Have a wonderful time. Take a ton of pictures and show them to us over the weekend. Please keep an eye to my social media pages because I'm going to be working on a reel today. For those of you that might know anybody going to Cabo San Lucas, maybe they are in Cabo, or maybe they are spontaneous. There's a really cool Day of the Dead celebration going on. Viva La Plaza. I had a chance to sit down and talk with one of the organizers. So I'm going to show you all the beautiful things that they have planned in this plaza. I happened upon it with Jim, and we are so glad that we did. So I'm going to give them some recognition. True, authentic tamales, incredible food, incredible dance, and just the history and the tradition, right? So knowing other cultures, that'll be on my reels this weekend. Love the devotional. Have a great weekend as well, Christy. I hope you have a great one. Love you all so much. Next week, we have Medical Monday with Dr. Brooke Kalisiak. Looking forward to that on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Until then, have a happy Halloween.
you.